Yo, what's up? Here's a review for Atlanta Season 3, Episode 10. Now, this is the season finale for Atlanta, and this is one episode, and not just a season that not only everyone has been waiting for, but just an episode that people really, really wanted to see just because this was ending a very, how can I say it, a tumultuous and divided season for a lot of people, and one where I kept seeing every reaction I heard or saw to the season was very mixed. Now, this episode is going to have spoilers. I'm going to be talking about it in full, so be prepared for that. And I'm going to be talking about the season as a full somewhat. So, for this episode, we got to watch Van as, well, you got to see this young lady named, what's her name? Candace and her friends Shanice, I think it was, and Zasha, and you got to see them. You got to follow them through France as they're getting dinner, or like I think lunch at this one place, and you get to learn that Candace has brought them to France with her money that she's getting from coming to France to pee on a dude. So, she sees Van off in the distance, goes up to her, and follows Van all the way to her hotel or house, wherever she was. Now, the crazy thing is that Van is talking in a French accent. She's not she's not really replying to her name when Candace called her, and you get to go through this whole episode with all the crazy stuff with Van, from her meeting up from no starting with her just in her hotel room, and just how she's in a magazine doing poses and stuff. She's getting a bunch of calls from Earn that she's not picking up. I think it was like over 15 different messages and calls and stuff. You get to see her take them to who was it? The what's the dude's name? Alexander Skarsgård, right? Uh, yeah, Alexander Skarsgård. So you get to see them go with her to his house or his apartment, or what was it, hotel room or something like that, where he's dancing to I think it was an Ashanti song, and you get to see him do all this wild stuff while I think he was high in the scene. So you get to see him dance, and he starts taking off his clothes, asking the girls if they don't mind him to take off his clothes, and if everyone wants to get naked. One of the girls actually, I think she was into it and wanted to do it, but you get to see all of them do that, and then Van takes them from there, and they go to some place that's in the hood of Paris, and from there they like getting ready to get jumped by some people, and something crazy happens there, and then takes them all the way to a what was it, a museum, and she beats the shot of a dude with a baguettes that he's been carrying around the whole time. And then lastly, they go to this lavish place where they go for dinner, and you see that Van is the one helping to cook downstairs while all the other girls are getting set up for dinner. Candace confronts Van about what's going on. Why does she have a French accent? And, why is she doing all this weird and crazy things while the other girls are upstairs getting ready for dinner, getting ready to eat something, which it turns out they're eating hands, and they freak out about it. And the episode basically closed with Van and Candace basically having this conversation about where Van is at this point and how she's really just looking for something. She's kind of having this mental break, and she went with the guys to Europe to try to figure herself out, and that led to her just going crazy and just allowing herself to do anything. She said that she was trying to push herself to be some French film, which I saw the name, but I don't remember. I think it was like Amelie or something like that. But I've never seen the movie. I actually need to watch it because I think I've seen the image of it before. But yeah, no, I thought this episode was very interesting as far as it really puts Van in an interesting spot, as throughout the whole episode, you've seen her start off as just kind of a broken person where she's not really understanding where she is in everything. I think I need to rewatch the other seasons. I said this before, but I'm gonna do it after, now that I've seen this full season, rewatch all the seasons, then rewatch this season as a whole, because Van is in an interesting place after the season ends, and you don't really get to see a lot of how she got there. You get to see bits and pieces, and you see her at this full place to where she's just totally out of her mind, and she's bringing on this other personality that's wilder than who she really is, and she has to be brought back by one of her friends from Atlanta. And it's just really interesting to see her talk about how she just doesn't know who she is. She just doesn't know what's going on with her. She has a breakdown while in the kitchen and stuff like that. So yeah, I thought this episode was very interesting because of that. I like the addition of Alexander Skarsgård. I think he was funny because I think he's just like Liam Neeson. He's gone through some stuff in the media, so that has something goofy and funny to deal with that. In fact, he's actually here, and he's has like they put coke on his bed to get him in trouble and stuff. He beats off into a mirror and everything. Like his character was just wild in this episode, and I really enjoyed his character. I would say the one thing I wasn't enjoying so much was the fact that we didn't get any of the other guys, the other three in this episode. It kind of leaves you off not understanding where all those guys are at on this European tour. And I would say that's my biggest problem with the entire season is that we don't get a lot of these guys, and you don't really get the feeling of what's going on with them, where they at, and how they're dealing with all the things that are happening with them throughout this season. I do like how much we've gotten Van in this last episode, and it really encapsulated her character, where at the end she's saying she's going to go back home. What else was there? Oh, the whole thing with her just walking around with the baguette and beating the shit out of people. I really enjoyed that part of this episode, and just how crazy she was. Oh, I really want to see Zazie Beetz and more stuff, man. Like, I, I think she was in the Deadpool movie. Wouldn't mind seeing her come back as that, but I think she could do so much more, so much more with any role that they give to her, anything that she does. But as a season as a whole, I would say that anytime it focused on the main characters of Atlanta, I enjoyed it a good amount. The anthology stuff, the other 5 episodes, they were very hit and miss for me. There were some that I enjoyed, like the first one or the Rich Wigga, Poor Wigga episode. I thought those were pretty entertaining, but for me, the rest of those, they just felt either like a little bit too much fluff, or they felt like something that I've already seen before, probably done better, or just somewhere else. So yeah, I thought this was a okay season with some really good stuff in it. Just I wasn't in love with a lot of the things that were going on this season, but I was happy to see everybody back, and hopefully with next season we can get more focus on the characters. And I would love to see him mix a lot of that other stuff within those characters, especially like a lot of the skit stuff that he had, or the anthology stuff that he had. Let's mix those into the other characters and everything, and that would be a lot better for me going throughout this season. We did have a end credit scene in this episode that where Donald Glover's character is getting a package, or a piece of luggage that he says isn't his, and he gets it and puts in, it's basically a bag with a bunch of stuff in it, a t-shirt, I think it was Deftones or something like that, a picture and some pills and stuff. I had to look this up to see what the ending meant. Someone said that it was the dead guy from the first episode, the one who fell off the boat. So I guess it's kind of pushing to that stuff is real, and it kind of has something to go with this crazy world the show inhabits. But I don't know, it was just it was whatever to me. But yeah, I enjoyed the show, I enjoyed this episode, and I thought, I can't wait to see what they do with the next stuff. So yeah, that was my review for Atlanta season 3 episode 10 and the season as entirely. But I'm out of here. Thank you. Peace.